All right, hey YouTube, what's going on again? I am back for another video. This is gonna be again some more responses to Captain Surrat again, actually, and to another person from my first video. Um, like I said before, it's gonna be like a short, or I don't know how ongoing this little small series is going to be. Of just me just kind of just discussing my time in the military and how I feel like it's affecting me and my personal feelings towards it, and just kind of answering questions that people may have about it in general as well. Um, I know it's been a little while since I uploaded my last video. I'm actually away for work right now. Only about 3 or 4 hours away from home. Well, 2.5, 3 hours away from home. I'm in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, I believe is the correct pronunciation. I actually come here every month for work. It's kind of nice. I get to come out to the mountains, get some fresh air. The air and air quality here is amazing. Um, Amazing nature in general in this whole entire area. So, um, but yeah, I guess to get right into this these first, I guess responding to this first comments. Let's see. So you had said you understand about change, being American, having to change paces of things to kind of adhere to being here in Germany with everything being closed on Sundays. Yeah, that's definitely a big change for me as well. And I'm not gonna lie, in the beginning it was kind of frustrating. I didn't understand it because I felt like it was kind of like a hit or miss. Some restaurants would be open, some wouldn't. But now that I've been here, it is nice to kind of, 'cause I mean it's mandatory. I don't really have a choice, but to kind of slow down things. For myself personally, I do still get caught up sometimes and end up just going into my office to catch up on work for the week because if I was back in the States, I would probably be busy doing something else anyway. So, but it's nice. I can imagine if I knew that I was staying here permanently, it would be nice to just know that Sundays will be for family, for personal time or things of that nature. So it's there's pros and cons to it with my job currently, but I definitely get it, and different cultures, different rules and stuff. So it's not a horrible thing. It's just something that I had to adapt to, and I'm definitely learning to better utilize my time on Sundays than I was initially. So yeah, I get that, and I know you said you're working a rotating shift of 6 to 7 days a week. I know what that's like, and I can imagine what that's like here also. Because I know people that I met when I originally came here, they would always talk about going grocery shopping like so often, and I never understood why. I don't just go to grocery shopping once a month or just do it on Sundays or whatever on off days, but like they don't have the option to do it on Sundays. Also because the food here is so much fresher. Well, there's no all the preservatives, sorry, that are in the food that we have in the United States are not in the food that's over here. So food doesn't last the whole month in your refrigerator. So I mean, like I said, like the more time that I spend here, I can appreciate the better quality in food. Um, and the less preservatives or additives to the food that's bought here at the supermarket. So I totally get that portion of things now. So and with you working so often, like yeah, you're right. You have to definitely have time to schedule these things for when you're going to make time to go to the store. For me, it's like for working out and PT and stuff. Like when am I gonna have time to? Because I have to make sure that I have time to work out, and then I have time to cook. I have time to eat. Like all this stuff has to get kind of put into my time. So I get that 100%. Talking about the German food. I know you mentioned it here. I think Kaiserslautern, bigger cities. Yeah. So my headquarters is actually in Kaiserslautern. So I'm there pretty often. My first 2 to 3 months, I actually lived. Well, I lived on Ramstein Air Base, but that's in the Kaiserslautern area. So um, yeah, I'm very familiar with the area. I'm there pretty often. I was actually just there a few weeks ago. Um, yeah, there's definitely more variety over there. When I say specifically, like not a huge fan of the food, it's like I'm not a big fan of just things like I'm not huge into pork. I'm not really. big into potatoes or a lot of starches in general. Only thing I really like eat consistently that's a starch is probably rice. So that's the main thing. I know a lot of the thing. Well, one thing I can say I've actually really gotten into bread and bakery items since coming here. So that's something I didn't really eat a lot of bread before I came to Germany, but I eat a lot of bread now because there's a bakery on every corner, and the bread here is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, and it's not as I don't regret eating bread here like I do in the States. I feel like if you eat bread in the States, you're gonna see the results of that bread in like the next day. But here, bread doesn't. I don't feel like it's a problem like it is stateside. So um, that's probably one of my things I'm gonna miss the most about Germany is probably the bread. Yeah, but yeah, I've been to Kaiserslautern. I've been through the majority of Germany to tell you the truth. I think the only place I need to go still is probably like Cologne, like for like a more known places. But I've seen a lot of Germany. So um, you also said you said oddly enough the making the dad proud thing that I mentioned for my reasons for joining the military that you can kind of resonate with that and yeah and I totally respect that. It's like I said, I wish I had done it sooner. It's a good conversation tool that you can have between somebody you might not have the greatest relationship with, but that's something that you guys can bond on, that you guys can kind of, it's a familiar space that you guys can both resonate with, and good conversation can be had there. You said you guys both went into the industrial electricians, so you guys can probably nerd out and talk about that type of stuff all the time, which is pretty dope. So I totally understand it. I totally respect that also. Um, and don't worry about that. Yeah. So like you said, it's not. I don't see the purpose of me worrying or freaking out about things that I have no power or control over. Because like you said, like I'm here. I'm gonna be here until they tell me I can leave. And I can't do anything about what happens with these other countries and other conflicts that are brewing. So I just know that we have to react whenever something does happen, and when it happens or if it happens, like yeah, then we'll deal with that whenever we get down that road. But I'm just kind of just going day by day, focusing on building up myself a little bit. So um, yeah, so that was it from Captain Sewer Rat. Again, I appreciate the engagement, the viewership and stuff. Like I said, I'm just getting started on this channel, so yeah, appreciate that you respond with that comment. I'm gonna go back to Latimer Johnson 4604. He left a comment on my first video. He said, "First time viewer. How many years did I serve? I'm still serving. Currently in right now." He said, I'm 20 years old and I'm thinking about going in, and after traveling the world, like sorry, thinking about going in, and after traveling the world, I don't know if it's worth it." Basically, saying he's young, he wants to travel. Is it worth joining the military? Um, like I said, I just really think it just depends on what you want. If you want to travel, just be very aware of the job that you choose, because there are some people that'll spend their whole entire career. They might do 20 years and spend in one location. Um, you can see for a specific job there's a list that'll show you where you can be stationed at, because some people can be stationed very many places. My job specifically, I can be stationed at any military installation, not even just Army. It can be Marines, it can be Navy, it can be Air Force, it can be Space Force, it can be Army. It doesn't matter. I can be stationed at any location, even if it's not a military base. If we have soldiers that are in the area, I can be stationed there as well. So that opens up a lot of traveling opportunities for me specifically. Um, I'll even say my first assignment was in Georgia. My buddy was in like the Orlando, Florida area, and because he was stationed on the Air Force Base, I mean, this goes more into my job. I'm not going to bore you guys with all that. Talk about my job specifically, but because he was on the Air Force Base, we don't inspect Air Force base facilities because they have their own food inspectors. So he inspected the facilities around the base that the soldiers had discounts or deals with. So, or the Army specifically, I should say, have discounts or deals with. So this guy, his main inspections every month, he had like 4 big inspections. He inspected, there was like a few facilities down in Miami. He drove down there and I got to stay down there for a week in Miami. He inspected in Miami, and then he inspected Disney World and Universal Studios. And that was pretty much it that he would do for every month. And I never heard a bad thing about him being in this location. Now, career-wise, because this is a location for, I want to say, only 2 inspectors, not one like NCO or a sergeant is going to be in charge of that soldier, and then one soldier is going to be actually doing the actual inspection. So he did everything pretty much by himself, but there's not a lot of opportunity for career progression because it's just you there. So it was cool because they had the opportunity to kind of just chill and go to Disney and Universal for free all the time. But as far as career progression, like things I was doing at my first duty station, I was competing a lot of competitions, and like learning a lot of skills to be able to be in a higher position for hosting competitions or putting on big training exercises for people. We hosted training exercises for the entire region, the whole East Coast pretty much, and it would all come down to Georgia, and we were kind of in charge of putting this together every year, and it was pretty massive. So these are some opportunities that get lost in these locations. But if you want, you're still getting paid. Beautiful locations, great opportunities to travel. Florida, the cruise ships are there. You can take cruises out like every weekend if you wanted to. Key West, like there's opportunities and there's things to see. So traveling with, and I can show you real quick. Matter of fact, didn't plan on this, but this is not the greatest view, but as you can see, I mean, this is not the greatest room in this hotel, but we got some snow right now. The other side, there's a lot better view of the mountains on the other side. Beautiful, beautiful mountains. People are probably jumping off, doing paragliding right now, but this is something small. This is just here in Europe. It's the mountains. Something that a lot of people stateside like have never seen the mountains. There's people that have never seen snow. So it separates yourself from the average person, I would say. So if you're thinking about it, if you have any more questions, like there's opportunities for everybody. So just remember that. So that's really all I had. It's gonna be a little bit shorter video. I really eventually do want to probably get it talking about things like finances, or physical fitness or something along those lines. Those are things that I'm pretty passionate about. Nutrition, physical fitness, and finance. So food, finance, and fitness. Yeah, that's I didn't even think about the 3 F's, but yeah, so I may discuss some of these things at a later date. I just started reading this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a part of my 75 hard challenge that I'm doing, because I have to read every day. So this book has actually really enlightened me a lot, and learning a lot of things. I mean, things that I've already known, but some things that I was kind of adding on to my prior knowledge. So I might make some videos to discuss some of those things as well, but we'll see where that comes in. But yeah, looking forward to hearing more from everybody. Appreciate everybody that's supporting. I'm trying to make this a regular thing. Who knows how many years left I have in the Army, and maybe this will be something that I can like try to do more full time whenever I get done with this side of my life, which probably won't be for a long time, but even full time while I'm in. So yeah, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.